about in his lyrics. He's very authentic, and I know that his music is gonna make a great impact on the world.
Saj est une personne merveilleuse. J'aime aussi beaucoup la musique.
Saj music. Nah, he can make good
Saj monde.
Saj music.
You're talking about Saj music to the world.
Definitely one to watch for. Big things to come. Stay tuned. Saj to the world.
African money get it for us. African style is original. No play with my energy. Hey. No play cause I'm sensitive. Hey. We just a vibe, we just a shine. They just a watch, what a star. We just a vibe, we just a shine. They just a watch, what a star. We just a vibe, we just a shine. They just a watch,
boy, they
what a star. We just a shine, we just a vibe. They just a watch.
We are black boy. What they call them?
Oh day, oh day, oh day, oh day. Oh day, oh day, oh day. Oh day, oh day, oh day, oh day. Hey. Oh day, oh day, oh day. We just a vibe, we just a shine. Hey.
This is your president. What's up, my Bombers Republicans? And this is your president, Saj Songs. And you see, it's all about the Ashoma Boxing League, presenting you Thriller in Ashoma. It's 8 p.m. Come catch me live, October 2nd. We're performing like never before. Solomon, feel it.
You will need why.
Hey, Solo, signature on the beat. Hey, let's go. God forbid if they talk say your life go be basa basa. Man no be God. Oh yeah. If what they expect never come true, we still never give up. Yeah, here comes the beat killer.
Good evening, Bombers Republic citizens. How are y'all doing? It's like, welcome to this Friday's edition of Tell Me How You Feel and What's Going On. I am Reniko Tyranny, your host for tonight. And pretty much I just want y'all, I'm going to give a little bit more time for us to continue getting started while we are talking about all the different things. Don't forget about the, what was it? Oh, let's see. First of all, how y'all doing? It's Friday. It's Friday and how y'all doing? It's like, I hope that everyone out there is having a wonderful time, that your week treated you graciously, and that going into the weekend, you are rested, relaxed, and you are looking forward to what's to come. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Like, how do you feel? What's on your mind today? What's going on with everyone? Feel free to go ahead and post your comments in the chat box. And we'll just be waiting for a little bit until Mr. Songs can get in here and start the conversation. But until then, let's talk about what it means to be a bomber. Being a bomber has to do with, the Bombers community has to do with, this platform is for Saj to be able to interact with all of his fans, all of the gracious people who are out there blessing us by liking, sharing, posting on his Facebook page, sharing all his songs on YouTube, liking his stuff on Instagram, like all those different things. This platform is supposed to give an opportunity for him to engage and interact with each one of you. I mean, there's been a lot of different messages that have come into his inbox of people wanting to talk to him directly. A lot of people have different concerns, different things that they're, addressing and asking him to help them with when it comes down to some personal things, when it comes to the relationships, and it comes down to, helping them with their music career, helping them with education, helping with all those different things. So this is the opportunity where instead of you waiting on a message to come back to you from the inbox, you can actually openly engage with him on his platform whenever he comes in. So, feel free to comment, feel free to share, feel free to add other people in. This is y'all community. This is all for y'all. Definitely come in and make your presence known. Also, don't be afraid to share, like if you have any musical things that you have going on as well that you want to get exposed or whatever. Hey, feel free to share that. We're all about liking, sharing, doing a whole community group thing where everybody here succeeds. So like I said, being a bomber has to do with making an impact. And the impact that we are promoting, or at least encouraging others who are in the Bombers community, a part of Bombers Republic, is that you want to make a positive impact. Because when you think about a bomb, right, the first thing that happens when you hear that a bomb is coming or anything, you know, when you're looking at stuff, it grabs the attention of all. Because the last thing you want to do is fall, you know, fall victim to the effect of somebody's bomb if it's going to affect you negatively, right? So when it comes down to being a bomber, within the Bombers Republic of Saj Songs community, we're talking about making positive impact. And that's like whatever it may be that you can possibly think of going out there doing, whether you're, you know, smiling at the next person, or holding the door open, you know, buying groceries for, whatever it is that you see that would affect you positively is what we want to promote and help you to do out there amongst others in the community. So that's the whole vision and scheme behind the Bombers Republic. We want everybody to be the bombers and make a positive impact in this world. But first things first, you have to be able to operate at the highest version of yourself. So everything starts at, you know, honestly, going within, coming to us, talking to us about like whatever issues that you have to work out. What is blocking you from making that positive impact that you came into this world to make? What is it that is keeping you from, you know, whether it be finances, whether it be spirituality, whether you just be stuck with your decisions that you've made in life and you're having a hard time dealing with the choices and the experiences that you have to live through based off of the effect of your choices. Hopefully we can talk with you and work them through. Like the Bombers community is about us coming together, working collectively at becoming great people and making a positive impact in this world. Okay, so going forward, let me see, we were talking about the human experience today. Let me see, is he in here? Not, and that's okay, we're gonna keep on talking. So the human experience, like when we come into this plane, into this world, right, everything here is planted to grow, to break free from something, to go forth and climb to the next level. Whether it be a seed that's planted into the ground, it has to break through that shell. It has to become the plant. It has to become the tree. It has to become the fruit that feeds the next person, who then uses that defecation to feed the soil, to continue, yada, yada, yada. A little bit nasty, but whatever. It's life cycles and everything that we go through. So, but each one of us has a seed of vision, a seed of growth, a seed of whatever it may be that we came into this earth to become, to be, to give, to share, to heal, right? However it is that you see. And it's like a lot of times you'll find out what that is by tuning into those things that actually inspire you to want to be better to the next person, better to the next thing, treat animals kindly, you know, whatever it is that helps you to be happy so that you can do that. And a lot of us in our human experience, like with the different things that have happened or occurred in our life that we didn't have control over, ends up impacting us negatively to where we can't even get towards our gift to give it. Like we can't even see, because it's not about the gift that you have, it's the gift that you are, right? It's the gift that is within you because you came as that to be that, so that others can experience happiness, joy, love, and God through you, whatever it may be. So whether it be in relationships, whether it be in work environments, whether it be in, you know, no matter where it is that you go, whether it be in animal relationships, whatever it is, there's always room and opportunity to be kind, to affect the next thing positively, like to, even when it comes down to planting things in the ground, pulling the weeds from around the plant so that they can grow, so that they can live, so they can flourish, right? So it's like there's always an opportunity to contribute, to give, to be great, to be a bomber. So, but like I said, it all starts with you first. And we want to make sure that everyone, when it comes down to you, if you feel like you're choked from being able to give to the next person, it's not always, you don't have to have the most money to be able to give of yourself. Okay. You don't have to have an environment. You don't have to have a community, right? You don't have to be a famous superstar. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to, you can just be you. A smile is enough to give to the next person. Even a frown is enough to remind a person to smile. Like all of us are here literally on purpose. Like there's a reason that we're here. We're doing something. We just have to figure out what it is that we want to do so that we can continue to contribute and grow in this world. So, but I just want to encourage like everyone, it's like be the creator of your life. when you experience discomfort or conflicted experiences or thoughts or anything like that, make sure that you're mindful of your emotions and how you feel, because that's how you'll be able to test the temperature of the experience that you're actually having, right? So if you're getting into arguments with people that are around you, if you're having conversations and you feel like someone's done you wrong, it's like take a moment and like embrace that feeling, embrace that emotion, and find out why you're having that feeling. Why are you feeling that? What is it that's going on? Because a lot of the choices that we make cause the experiences that we have. Even when it's someone on the outside of you that's doing something or that's impacting your life, how you choose to allow that to really affect you is gonna be the what do you call it? It's gonna determine how high you can go and how far you're gonna go with anything in life. So we want to make sure that you're not limiting yourself when it comes down to the impact that you're supposed to make, right? All right. And then it's like, not only that, don't be so hard on yourself when you do make mistakes. We all come back from mistakes. We make mistakes. We do things. We mess up. Just fix it to the best of your ability. Don't worry about, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. If you knew everything, like, you wouldn't need to be here. So don't focus so much on getting everything done right, having everything done effectively, perfectly, especially when it comes down to the relationships that you have with your spouse, with your significant other, with your children, with your coworkers, with whoever. I noticed a lot of relationships, especially when the pandemic happened and everybody had to be indoors. Most of them were on the verge of ending because of forgetting how to not only respect yourself and your own character, but forgetting to acknowledge and respect your partner. You know what I mean? As well as like all the things that they contribute. Some people started devaluing their partner because they had to spend too much time with them dealing with their flaws and their faults, which when they're away from them, they don't even notice, because it's all they see is the things that they love so much about them. So it's like when it comes down to arguments that you have with people, like, it's okay to be the first to apologize. It's okay to sit back with your feelings and your emotions and ruminate on them. Like, okay, well, is there a different way I could have handled it better? And don't always blame it on the other person as to, well, if they had handled it better, then I could have done this. No, it starts with you first. Figure out within you how things could be better for you, and then try to communicate that as best as you possibly can with your significant other, with your children, with your boss, with whoever. Just don't be silent when things are uncomfortable for you. Sit with them first, ruminate, like I said, think about them. Focus on, like, what's working with you, what's not working with you, and how you want things to be better, and then work towards affecting that. Don't be silent on your pains. Like I say, nobody suffers alone unless you want to. But a lot of us do, because you got missing people out there that ain't really taking care of us like they're supposed to. And not only that, when it comes down to self-love, and just looking at yourself, and like I said, even in this human experience and everything that we go through, we literally are affected by our environments and the exposures that we have as we go on in this life. And it can sometimes cause us to have a limited or distorted self-image of us, simply because we gravitated towards the respect or the identity of someone that we admired, even if they were treating us wrong. It's like when we overly put ourselves in front of those people and allow them to dictate to us who we were and what our self-worth was, and what type of love that we deserve from people on the outside, what type of respect that we deserve from other people when we're dealing with them. And literally, no one can tell you how much respect you deserve. You are the one that has to dictate that, and then you teach other people how to respect you. So if somebody's talking to you crazy, you ain't gotta get all crazy with them, but you don't allow them to stay within your presence if they can't respect your presence. So it's like, that whole distorted sense of self, even when it comes down to giving or allowing somebody else to judge you, or allowing somebody else's personal opinion of you to affect what you think of yourself. Everyone's opinion is pretty much according to their perception, their experiences, their exposures with their own life. So to give them that much power at determining who you are robbing yourself of who you can obviously be. Don't limit your own self-worth and your own self-power based off of another person's exposure, dreams, or limited vision and view of what they can see and experience. Because we're not all going to have the same dreams. We're not all going to view the same things. It's like you can say an orange is bitter and another person will say it's sweet. You know what I mean? It just depends on your personal experience and what sweet is. It's like, how do you know what sweet really is other than what people collectively combine and dictate and, you know, give you the definition of. So always be the dictator of your life, you know, manage the choices that you make, so that when it comes down to the life that you have and you're looking at and measuring yourself amongst other people and their distorted perception of you, you know what you can correct with them or you can accept as they help you perspectively wise. And always make sure that you're going to somebody that you love, respect, adore, and also, those that you trust to give you like the real deal when it comes down to friendships and like, hey, you can do better. This is how, or hey, you're doing the best you can, but you know, whatever. Don't let other people's distorted sense of, you know, their limited perception on life and their exposures and experience distort your sense of self-worth. Because honestly, like every last one of us came in as a baby, and every last one of us is worth something. Like there's all greatness in every last one of us. Every last one of you. There's not a single thing that is wrong with you that you can literally sit on here and tell me right now that is a negative to you that you can't utilize to benefit the world. I'm talking about thieves. I'm talking about robbers. I'm talking about whatever it is that you can possibly think of. I was getting ready to say abusers. I mean, like we all have a different purpose in our lives. Some of us are unhappy, and like I say, that's why it's like when it comes down to this human experience and exposures that we have with the other people we interact with, you have to make sure that you're careful with who you allow to dictate who you are. You should be the only one dictating who you are, and it's according to who you want to be. If you feel like you're doing some stuff that seems like it's messed up, just stop doing it. If you feel like you have to do it because you're not gonna let nobody, I'm not gonna let nobody cross me, mess me up, or whatever. Okay, then that's who you are. Quit tripping and acting like it's a bad thing when you know that's how you want to be. Own up to your stuff. Own up to you and the vision that you have of you. And don't let nobody dictate nothing else. And if somebody else feels like it's not right, they're not supposed to be in your company. It's okay. Everybody is not for you, and it's all right. So, and then another thing when it comes down to relationships is like, who taught you how to love? Where did you first learn how to love? What is love even to you? What does it mean? Not just by definition that you find in a dictionary or anything like that, but who taught you what love was? And as you continue to get older, make sure that you redefine that according to your needs, according to what it looks like for you. You know, make sure that you always check the pulse and the temperature on yourself to ensure that you're getting everything that you need according to your own self-worth. Because a lot of our love, like when we have the distorted view of self, you know, of our own perspective of ourselves and our perception of us, is because somebody taught us that we did not deserve the love that we honestly feel like we should, because it's what we give. Or they gave us a distorted image on, like, you know, even from a childhood, because most of us, some of it got distorted in childhood. And it's like your parent, for one, like when you come in and you got something to say to them, oh, they don't have time to listen. Okay, that means that you don't deserve to get heard. You know what I mean? It just depends on like how it affects you. But be responsible for the direction, like I say, that you want your life to go in. Even most of us here on here are adults. So at this point, you can make your own choices. You can make, you know, your own decision and draw out your life how you want it to be and what it's supposed to become. If you're not where you want to be and things aren't looking the way that you would like them to pan out, then you're robbing yourself. Do something about it. Like, you don't have to wait until somebody comes here to save you, because nobody is. You are already here. It's up to you to save you. You're the one that's here. And you honestly don't need nothing or no one else but you. You just got to figure it out. Like, who is it that I want to be? What image do I want to have? What impact do I want to make? Because like, if you're living and you're working just a 9 to 5, and which is nothing wrong with a job, but it's like, what are you doing on the side that brings passion, that brings spirit, that brings love? How are you taking care of yourself when you're in your secret thoughts and nobody else is talking to you? If there's some things, like I went to a retreat recently, and they were telling us like, yo, if you have your self-thoughts are something that you would not say out loud, or you would check somebody for saying out loud to you, stop thinking that way about you. You are perfect and wonderfully made, like you are. There's nothing wrong with you. And if it is, or something that you don't like, not because someone else on the outside told you that something was wrong with it, but you personally, you solely and only feel like there's something wrong with it, you are empowered to change that. You don't need nobody else's permission today, yesterday, or the next day. Just do it. Just do it. But yeah, because I mean, a lot of our families, like, you know, they unintentionally taught us not to love ourselves, or taught us that we don't deserve love. And that's why we end up in the relationships that we end up with women who yelling at us all the time, or dog on me husbands who are abusers, or don't have to come home when they at night. You know, it's like some of our family, our parents, you know, our mothers are the first ones that taught us our self-love and our self-worth. whether they were available to us or not. Like it changed a lot within us. And I'm just encouraging everybody to be mindful, because when it comes down to making the impact that you want to make, you don't want to continue to make the impact according to your pains, your hurts, your fears, and what somebody else did wrong to you. I mean, I don't know too many people who are in misery and be like, I want other people to live in this misery because this misery is where it's at. No, you want to get out of it too. So find your way out and then take others with you. It sounds so easy, especially because I'm looking at, like, even with this COVID, and hey, shout out to everybody. I'm so sorry for your loss. There's a lot of things that have happened. We've lost loved ones unexpectedly. A lot of us didn't get to say goodbye. A lot of us didn't get to say, I'm sorry for the things that I've done. I wish I had done better. A lot of us didn't even get the opportunity to mourn or to accept the fact that they were leaving. Make sure that you take this time to acknowledge those things. If you need to, if you feel led to, get out a pen and pad and write a letter to them. But don't hold on to that hurt and that pain, because it'll have you stuck to their grave, and you don't have to be. Find time to release. Find time to accept whatever it was that you did, whatever it was that you didn't do, and know that it's okay. If you had known better, you would have done differently. Or maybe not, because you didn't have to. All you have to do really is just live and be and do. You're a human being. In this human experience, every day we are learning more and more about who we are, what we should do, what we do like, what we don't like, and what resonates and doesn't with us. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and now nowhere in school do they teach you to learn about your spiritual side. In church, they teach us, a few things about your spiritual side, religion, serving God, and all that stuff right there. But who teaches you about you being a spiritual being? You came here to be. You came here to become something. You came here to give a gift once you learn of you. So why are you spending so much time doing everything else except that? You have to find the time, make the time. You don't even have to make the time. Just schedule the time to focus on you, the being that you are, the spirit that you came to be, and spend time with yourself instead of living up to everybody else's expectations and trying to help everybody else, work towards their dreams. Find out the person, the being, the spirit that you were supposed to be. What is it that you're supposed to be doing? Ask yourself the hard questions. Why am I not doing it? Depression has no place. It's an emotion. It's a feeling. It's so crazy because even in the Bible, from a child, I used to always think about how they say, the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked and all the stuff right there. It's like, who would know scriptures? Anyway, but I'm like, if the heart is that way, then how is it that y'all say the heart is here when it's only a muscle? I believe the heart is here because you can't measure a thought and you can't stop them from coming. All you can do is redirect them and change them to something else. So when it comes down to it, it's like, what you will be is what you fill yourself with, your exposures. That's your environment. Okay. That's the conversation that you give to yourself, the books that you read, the shows that you watch, the information that you allow to get in. When it comes down to the relationships that you have, what you settle for, what you allow to happen, what you allow to come into your zone, what you don't cast out when you know it's not okay. Always living for the next person, wanting to make sure that everybody else is okay, but you're not even giving yourself the chance to be all right. Why? Because you're going to get to you later, right? Oh, I'm going to take care of me later. I always got me. I'm good. I'll just take care of them because, hey, they can't make it. Why the heck they can't? What would they do if you weren't around? Life is too long for us to keep living in pain. You got to come out. Get out of that funk today. Get out of that hurt. Get out of whatever it is that's got you stuck. That's got you in a place that you don't like, that you don't belong. That's got you settling and accepting less than the love that you know you deserve and should have, and less than the love that you give. You don't owe nobody nothing except for that which you planned on doing when you accepted the mission upon coming into this vessel. So it's like, a lot of times people like, hey, I have a message. No, you don't have a message. You are the message. You are the message. And your life is the message that's heard, lived, felt, and received before you even open your mouth and say anything. We all have dreams and goals. No, you are the dream. When it comes down to different things that block you from getting to your next level, it's like, all these different obstacles. You are the obstacle because you create your reality. You are whatever it is that's keeping you from getting to where you want to be. All of it is you. But you have to focus on managing these decisions that you make and being confident that you have the answer for you that you need. You don't need nobody else's permission to be. You don't need nobody else's permission to figure it out. You don't need anybody else's, allowance. You don't need anybody else's guidance. Like, you don't need, well, you do need guidance. Because we don't know everything here. I'm not going to say you don't need anybody else's guidance, but what I'm saying is to make the impact, to make the change, to start off walking out, for making a decision for you in your life. You are all you need to initiate it. And once you accept that, all those things that you need, the people that are here to help you, the souls, the vessels, they'll start coming to you. But you have to be who you're supposed to be without clouding it with the judgment of what you think people want you to be. Just be you. Just be you. Let them gravitate towards you. Like I said, you're the obstacle that you have to get through. The mountain that you have to climb is literally your soul. You got to climb over the mountain because it's you. It's not a mountain. It's your perception and whatever it is that you say. It's you. So, yeah. Basically, like I said, don't be so hard on yourself. I mean, we all make mistakes. We have challenges that we go through in this life. And everything about it is perfect. Even the different things that we made. I mean, say you had a child out of wedlock. Say that you made children you ain't taking care of. Like, whatever it may be that's going on with you. Say you got a divorce. Say you got married to somebody that you didn't like, but you like the benefits that came with them. Whatever it may be, just manage your decisions. Manage your choices. Manage what it is that you want to be. Figure out the vision. Figure out who you are. And I'm not talking about like who you are as in, oh, this is my name. This is what I want to say. This is my 30-second commercial of getting into me. No, like what inspires you to create? What inspires you to live? What inspires you to be like, yo, that excited the heck out of me? Start jotting those type of things down. Take like 5 minutes in your morning, 5 minutes in your evening, and write down all the good perspectives of your day, not the struggles, but the good perspectives. And keep waking up to do that. And eventually you'll find out who you're supposed to be. We're in this life having a human experience. We're souls traveling through this time in this experience because it's what we chose to do. Now we just got to find out why. Collectively, gathering with one another. It's like, and like I said, don't be so hard on yourself. It's hard to figure out what to do alone while you're sitting there trying to make sense of of everything that comes at us in this life. Don't be afraid to breathe. Don't be afraid to let your hair down. Don't be afraid to drive the car. Don't be afraid to do those things. There's nothing in this world that is literally restricted from you except for what belongs to another person. Because then you got to deal with their intellectual property, what they want to allow you to receive from them, what they want to give of themselves, and what they want to share. It's like, find the strength to be loved beyond your comfort zone, and don't be afraid to act in that strength. Many times, like, we'll drive by, the homeless population. And that's one thing about the homeless population. Let me say this, because this is another thing that I was wondering as a child. I used to sit there and think those were the most brilliant people. Some people are God darn it, they are so intelligent because of all the things. And granted, I mean, some people look at them, they pity them, because some have mental illnesses, whatever. But in this world, it's so appealing and it's so interesting to me that out of everybody working hard with all these jobs, all this education, the homeless people are really the only people that really get it. It's like, why are we paying to live a place that nobody owns? Why are we like sitting here trying to, work ourselves to death instead of just living? Like, we're working so hard to afford a life when we are life. Why are we working so hard just to live? We're life. God breathed life into us. So why are we working to have something? You just get what? It is what we are. I'm like, them homeless people get it, man. It's like, and they're gonna utilize rich and treat their favor to where it's like, yo, it's like, hey, God say, I'm just here to live. Everybody here and everything is here to serve me. Everything's gonna take care of me. So you and your human experience say that you have to work. You got a few dollars that you can give. Give it to them people. Help them out because they get it. Clearly they got it. Why am I paying to live somewhere that nobody freaking owns? It makes no sense to me. But I'm doing it though because I can't be out. It's too hot. But when it comes down to thank you, Fabrice. But when it comes down to like even the experiences and different things that we want to make, it's like don't sit on your loins about like I have to wait on the provisions to come, or I have to wait to be in the right place at the right time, or I have to meet the right people. You are the right person. And the vision and the dream came to you for a reason. Like, it came to you directly because you're the one that has to put it forth according to your experiences, according to your exposure in life, according to the different things that you've been through. You're going to perfect it and bring it this way. A lot of people sit on their visions or on the gifts that are given to them because they're so afraid that somebody else is going to steal it from them. Nobody can steal from you the life that you've had. Even if you had somebody that lived with it through it with you your whole life, you still experience it differently from them. You're going to gather different perspectives, different perceptions. You're going to have different thoughts about things. You're going to see stuff that someone sees it one way, you'll see it a totally different way. So only you can bring forth the vision the way that it was given to you according to your exposures, your experiences. So stop sitting on those ideas and waiting because you're so afraid that somebody's going to steal it. No one can put it forth the way you do. Even if they do it first, you can always perfect it because the gift is in you. You are the gift. It's not something that you have to wait to become. You already are it. You're exactly who you are. And the moment that you get out of the way, write the vision, make it plain, and get out there and just start doing, all the provisions and everyone else will be attracted to you. But you got to stop just sitting and waiting and wondering and hoping that somebody will come up to you and say anything. Man, go get it. When it comes down to these different gifts and everybody has like different businesses that they want to come up with, I promise you, many people, whoever came with you on this light or whatever, they all get the same vision. They get the same ideas like, hey, come up with this type of shoe. It can walk on water. Oh, about 30 people came up with this type of shoe that can walk on water. Some will make it in green. Some will make it in blue. Some will make it with plastic shoe bottoms at the top or bottoms on it. Some will make it with S's on it. Some will make it, but they all do the same thing. They walk on water. But it's according to your exposure, your experience is going to put that extra spice on it to make it unique and different. And guess what? Y'all all can make the same amount of money. Don't run from sharing your gifts and your ideas with other people. Get you a community that you can trust, that will constantly contribute to you existing and making sure that you finalize your idea to where it will actually be bought. You can bounce it off of different people. Find you a mastermind group or create a mastermind group. Be the mastermind group. And let's get this money. But like I say, spirituality, when it comes down to us enacting and interacting with each other, like, always remember that everybody that you meet is you. They may not do the things that you do. They come from a different background, but they come from a different version of you, a different experience, because we're all connected. We're all connected by the same light, same being, same love. And it's only in acting in love that we can see that. So what you do to another person is what you do to yourself. Everything that you give, you receive. It may not be directly like from hand to hand, but it'll come back around. You'll receive it, because whatever you give out to another, you're giving to yourself. And it's not always easy to see that when we're going through pain, because it's like, yo, I didn't give this person pain, but they're giving me pain. So what you do later is you give forth pleasure, you give forth forgiveness, you give forth that, and then you'll get it from another place that you need it. And what you do with that person that's giving you pain is you limit your contact with them or redirect them, remind them of how they can deal with you. Because like I said back in the beginning, choices. You have the choice to, or you have to make the choices of the experience that you want to have in this life as the human that you are. We're beings. We're living. Be responsible and manage that. If you don't like the way a person is dealing with you, let them know, yo, you can't do that. I don't care if they're the ones that are paying you. Just like you got that job, you'll get another one. Now, I'm not saying quit that job until you have it, but let them know it's like, I'm on my way to be over. What is yours can never be taken. Oh, certainly. I look forward to it. Definitely. I'll accept you as well. But he said, what is yours can never be taken. So, but it's one of those things when you're dealing with another person, I'm telling you, it's like in these reactions, these relationships that we have with people, it's like, please don't forget that if they're coming at you in a certain way, that's not the measure of your value, the measure of your truth, or the measure of yourself. That actually has to do with their own character and their own perspective on life, because for whatever reason, they feel like they can't operate or deal with peaceably with themselves. So when they're dealing with you in a negative light, it's because of the chaos that's going on within themselves. You don't have to accept that. You don't have to become that either in order to show them that they can't deal with you that way. What you do is you show forth love and you separate yourself from them until they can be light and love as well. Control your experience. Elevate to being above, higher than, the norm of what everyone else is saying is supposed to happen. Like, man, get away from that. If it's not what is contributing and helping you, back up, run away from it, or deal with it. Men, I know y'all have to deal differently. Don't get me wrong. There's strength when it comes down to exerting and not letting people get over you. So I'm not going to sit there and say everybody has to do that. But I'm saying when it comes down to operating in love and light, you control your exposure, your experience in life. This whole human experience that we're living, nobody has the answers. Nobody knows. But we can definitely base everything off of taking the temperature of your feelings. How you feel will let you know if you're in the right place or if you're in the wrong place. What you're feeling will let you know if something needs to be checked, if I need to spend a little bit more time in this to figure out like where's it I'm trying to go, where's the block, what's going on. And then checking your feelings will let you know as well if there's some type of miscommunication that needs to be, processed a little bit better. So take the time with that. Take time with yourself. And I'm telling you, like, we gotta stop being so hard on ourselves. This world is hard enough. None of us has a manual to this thing called life. None of us knows what to expect the next day. None of us knows even if we're gonna be here the next day. And as somebody else showed me, it's like literally you live, every time you take a breath in and you exhale out, you're growing, you're constantly changing. With each inhale and each exhale, you're constantly changing. Because what was in there before is now out. And now you brought something else back in. And that's the same way that it should be with life. With every experience, every exposure that we have, any interaction that we have with the next human being, we should be learning something. Even with plants, trees, with animals. We should be learning and evolving constantly. And if you're not, wake up. You're in this human experience that you chose to be in. So you got to figure out why. And I'm telling you, like, you are a message. You are a vision. Okay, you are everything that you're out there looking for. You are. So find a way to get in there and put it out. Like, what do you want to be? What is it that you came to accomplish? So that you can start living as a human being. We're not human do. We don't do stuff. We be. You are all those different things that you're out there looking for. And the moment that you pause and stop and just be, all those things will automatically be attracted to you. You don't have to go out and work hard or fight for your success or fight for anything because you are success. And it's just like sometimes we have to take the time out to remember that, know that, and focus on the within so that when we go out, everything that we need is already there. So, almost to the hour, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and check out now. I greatly appreciate all y'all for checking in. Make sure that you check back in with us on next Friday because we're going to be doing this like every Friday. Friday is Bombers Night. It's for the Bombers community, all the Bomber citizens to have the opportunity to interact with Saj Songs, whatever questions that you may have, anything that y'all want to bring. I mean, this is the opportunity for us to just be. Of course, it's COVID. We can't always be in the same place, but we can definitely communicate on platforms like this. And that's what this whole thing is supposed to encourage. We'll have a conversation. We'll talk about stuff. Any questions, feel free to interact, bring other people. But we'll be doing these every Friday. The time is on. I'm going to put it back up there because I know it's 4 p.m. my area, 9 p.m. in Ghana, and then I believe 10 p.m. in UK and in Nigeria. So, yeah. Y'all have an outstanding rest of y'all evening. I enjoyed my time with y'all and look forward to next Friday. Hey, Maya, thanks. All right. I look forward to seeing y'all. Have a good night. Bye.
What's up, my Bombers Republicans? And this is your president, Saj Songs. And you see, it's all about the Ashoma Boxing League, presenting you Thriller in Ashoma. It's 8 p.m. Come catch me live October 2nd. We're performing like never before. Solomon, feel it.